Hi guys, welcome to class. In this session, we are going to look at phonetics. We're going to look at intonation and pronunciation, things like this. Okay, so we're going to read a text. I'll just check my microphone a second. I'm not sure if it's okay. 1 second. Okay, that should work perfectly well now. Okay, so in this class, we're going to look at a text like we did yesterday. Someone requested that we have an intonation class and things like this. So this is that class. So we're going to have intonation class, pronunciation class, and things like this. So we're going to talk about these things. We're going to read the start of a book of the Amazon.co.uk website. We can access this for free. There's a preview and things like this. So that's what we're going to follow. We're going to see how and what happens. Okay, so Amir, are you there?
Yeah. I can hear you, sir.
Perfect. Nice to speak with you, Amir. Where are you from?
I'm from Afghanistan. I'm very happy to join your class.
Me too, yes. I'm happy you could join. So that's quite good. And it's the first time we've spoken, isn't it? So how long have you been speaking English? How long have you been speaking English?
Actually, I study by myself for more than 3 years, but
okay,
about
so
2 years.
Okay, and how has it been? Yeah, so how have you learnt it? So what did you do to study yourself? Yeah, so how did you study? Hello?
So I got some I got some books and I studied with myself, and I also I'm watching English movies, so
Okay,
that's why. But I'm very happy to find this site, and I joined your class.
Perfect, cool. Okay, so Amir, nice to meet you. In the meantime, we also have Tariq.
Hi.
Hi, Tariq. How are you?
Fine. You?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. You've got energy, okay? So you have energy. Where are you from, Tariq?
I am from Turkey.
Cool.
But,
Okay. So,
I am working in South Korea. But I am working in South Korea now.
so South Korea. Wow. Okay. And what is it like in South Korea compared with Turkey?
Especially the dinners, lunch and meats are different. And the other thing is under control, no problem.
It's under control, yes. It's under control. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So the food is different, but other things. Okay, that must be quite interesting. Okay, so welcome, Tariq. Okay, that's cool. Tahir.
Tahir.
Tahir, can you hear us? Okay, we can't hear you just yet. Guys, I'm going to show you very quickly, just in case you don't know this already. I'm going to share my screen, and if you check in the top right-hand corner of the verbally the Hangout here, you can see this microphone icon. If it's red, we can't hear you, but just click on it, okay, and then it'll go away. Jane, okay, we have a class afterwards for this kind of thing, yeah. So quickly reserve a seat, and you'll be all right. Okay, so Tariq, I can't Tahir, sorry, I can't hear you just yet. We'll come back to you. Okay, Sam is back.
Hi.
Cool. How are you?
Fine.
Are you looking forward to some good intonation practice?
Yes, sure.
Cool. Okay. And Us is here. Aus. Sorry, could you correct me in the pronunciation?
Aus.
Aus. Okay, it's cool. Aus. Okay, nice to speak with you again. Yes, we spoke earlier. Nice to speak with you again.
Nice to speak with you. Yeah.
Cool. And we have the TV presenter back. Nina Nana, how are you?
Hi. I'm
Cool.
fine. I'm glad to be over here again. Thank you.
Perfect. Cool. Okay, so good to speak with you again. And Jane is here.
Hello. Hello,
How are
my
you?
team. I'm fine.
Perfect. Cool. Okay,
I'm
let's
happy
try.
because I'm in the class now.
Perfect. Let's try again. Yes, you were in the class yesterday, weren't you? When we were doing
Yeah.
this kind of thing.
Let's
So we're doing-
try again. I
thing.
loved this class.
No worries. Okay, we're doing a similar thing, but with a different text. Okay, so it doesn't stay the same.
Oh, that's amazing. Sounds amazing.
Cool. Okay, so Igor is there.
Hi,
Good to speak with you again, Igor. Cool.
good to speak with you.
And Dia,
Yes?
nice to speak with you. Is it the first time we've spoken?
No, second time, I guess.
Okay. Oh yeah. I think I recognize the photo. You are from Russia. No, you are from Turkey.
No.
Correct
No,
me
from
quickly.
Cairo, Egypt.
Cairo, Egypt. Okay, I'll try and remember this. That was a cock up. Okay, and Amir. Amir? Mohammed.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Perfect, and good to speak with you again. Okay, so in that case, right, that is everyone, I think. Did I miss anyone? Tahir, I can't hear you just yet. Just check your microphone settings, okay? Okay, oh, he's gone. Okay, so, quick, who is it? Jane, you can join in really quickly. Quick. Okay, so, okay, so in that case, we're going to start off with a text. So I'm going to send you this. It's on amazon.co.uk. It's a free sample, okay? So I think it's legal. That's okay. We're advertising the book, but that's whatever. Okay, so we're going to look at this together. If you could please, I'm going to share my screen so you can, one, you can see the text I'm reading, so you know what we're talking about, and two, so you know where to access the text if you want to see it on your own screen. So, can you see this page? Amazon.co.uk, and it says here, click to look inside. All I want you to do is click to look inside. So just click on the book, just click on the cover, and you should access the free sample.
Introduction.
Yeah, so we are going to go from the introduction. Okay, a fresh hoodoo. Okay, can you all see this on your own screen or otherwise? I'll put it in the Google chat box as well, just in case no one can see the verbling chat box. Okay, in any case, you can see my screen. So, can you all see this?
Yes, I see.
Right,
Yes,
so
it's
what we're doing
clear.
in this class, we're focusing on intonation. We're not focusing on the vocabulary, but we can discuss things as we go if you like. It's really about intonation, yeah? So, in pronunciation. So, what I'll do is get someone to read it, and we're going to repeat it. And yeah, so
Actually, the link is not working so far.
no worries. Is anyone else having this problem?
No, it's okay.
Okay, in that case, dear, I'm not sure. Is it blocked? I don't know if it's blocked in. Why would it be blocked? This is okay. I'll send you another link just in case it was the wrong one or something. I'm not sure.
Just tell me that it's redirecting me.
Oh, it's redirecting. Okay, it's called. If you search for it, then it's called Green Skies. No, Grey Skies, a Green Wave. Sorry. Grey
Yeah,
Skies.
I will try it.
So just search manually if you like. Okay, if everyone can access this, scroll to the introduction. So it should say introduction, a fresh hoodoo. Okay, and who would like to read out loud first?
I'd like to read.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm starting. So this is surfing in Britain. I amused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks and wispy beach grass, trying to keep a foothold as rain and wind both tried their utmost to send me skidding back down to the freezing beach below.
Okay, let's stop. Okay, so this is surfing in Britain. I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks and wispy beach grass, trying to keep a foothold as rain and wind both tried their utmost to send me skidding back down to the freezing beach below. Okay, so can you notice anything that I did there as I just read it? Yeah, so I can't notice it so well as I speak, but can you notice anything first of all? Yeah, so to compare.
To notice between my reading and your reading?
Okay, yeah, so just did you notice any difference?
A lot of difference.
Pinpoint those differences. We're not saying that one is right and one is wrong, just
Okay.
pinpoint the differences.
Okay. You pronounce the words currently in other way, differently. So, okay, you understand?
Anything specific, and also pinpoint things that you think I did wrong and you think you'd change it. Yeah, so both things. Yeah, so say things like what should be improved. Yeah, so to compare the two. So for example, where did you emphasize? So read the first bit, read up until wet rocks. Yeah, so this surfing in Britain, I'm used grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks. Okay, Nina,
Okay.
please could you read that again? Just
Okay. So this is surfing in Britain. I amused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks.
Okay, change the emphasis. You had the emphasis at mused. Change the emphasis to grumpily. I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks.
I amused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks.
Cool. Okay, so good. Yeah, that's cool. Who would like to read that bit? So let's get Dia to read. Just that first bit up until wet rocks.
Okay. Starting from what?
So this is surfing in Britain. Just read up until wet rocks. Okay.
Okay, starting from so this is suffering in Britain.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Read the
Okay.
same sentence.
Okay. Just loading because I used your window, your very big
no.
window.
Maybe it's not so clear. Yeah, so I could zoom in or something. Maybe I'm not sure. Okay, maybe this is better. I'm not sure. You can see this.
Okay, it's working. So this is suffering in Britain. I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks and wispy beach grass, trying to keep a foothold as rain and wind both tried their utmost to send me skidding back down to the freezing beach below.
Feedback. Iger, what did you think?
His reading is monotonical.
Okay, what do you mean by this?
No emphasizes.
Guys, don't be offended by anything we say, yeah? So it's just about identifying where, yeah? So don't be offended at any feedback or whatever. Okay, so you say one tone. So where would you have put the emphasis then, yeah? So where he did put the emphasis, compare that and where you think it should be.
As you said, I'm used grumpily. Grumpily, the emphasizing is on grumpily.
And where else in the rest of the text he said?
And the rest of the text, trying to keep foothold is the emphasis on foothold.
Trying to keep a
maybe?
foothold. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so at the beginning, trying to keep a foothold as rain and wind. As rain and wind, yeah? So rain and wind both tried their utmost, and utmost should be emphasized as well, yeah? So
Yes.
you just got to find the words which are quite important and just emphasize them, yeah? But not exaggeratedly, yeah? So you're not going to, so this is surfing in Britain, yeah? So it's got to be really, really subtle, because when we speak, we emphasize certain words and maybe we don't notice it, okay? So, yeah, try it again, yeah? So, is Dia there? Dia,
Yes.
okay, could you try the first bit just until wet rocks, okay? Just in the
Okay.
first sentence to wet rocks.
The first sentence to wet rocks.
Yeah, so
Okay,
it says upper slope.
starting from Westby beach grass.
No,
From
the
so
beginning.
until wet rocks. From the beginning.
From the beginning, yeah? So this is surfing in
So
Britain.
this suffering in Britain.
Surfing.
So is surfing in Britain. I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks and Westby beach.
Okay,
Stop. You have to stop.
Okay, so this is surfing in Britain. Yeah, can you say this? So this is surfing in Britain. Can you repeat? Like this, yeah? So
Okay.
this is surfing in Britain.
This is surfing in Britain.
So this is surfing in Britain, yeah? So this
This is
is surfing in Britain, yeah? So it goes up at this. So this is surfing in Britain.
just because it unclear in front of me, sometimes disappeared, you know, and unclear because I read it from your Verbling window, not from.
No, it can be difficult then, yes? If you're
Okay.
focusing, trying
You
to.
have to find your this
No
link.
worries.
Yes,
Okay,
because
so.
because the link is not working here.
No worries. Okay, we'll come back to you, dear. But yeah, I guess if you're trying to work out what it's saying as well, it can be distracting. But no worries. Okay, so who would like to try now? So let's get Sam to read.
I just lost where we reached.
Sorry.
Which line?
From the top, yeah. So guys, we're just going to practice this first, okay? So when I ask you to read, just from so to wet rocks, okay? Just for now.
So, from the first line?
From the beginning.
From the
yes,
beginning.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Introduction. First, who do? So this is surfing in Britain. I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks.
So, okay. So this is surfing in Britain, yeah. Sam, can you say this? So this is surfing in Britain.
So this is surfing in Britain.
I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks.
I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks.
Mused grumpily as I walked up a slope, or grumpily, yes, maybe a bit lower. I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks and wispy beach grass, trying to keep a foothold as rain and wind both tried their utmost to send me skidding back down to the freezing beach below. Who would like to continue then? So let's get Jane.
Since from the first line,
First
From
line
beginning?
until freezing beach below. Yes, please.
freeze me to below. Okay, I will try.
Okay.
So this is surfing in Britain. I must grumbling. Oh my God, how I pronounce? I must grumbling.
Use grumpily.
Muse. Oh, okay, thank you. I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks and with beach grass, trying to keep a foothold as rain and wind both tried their utmost to send me skidding back down to the freezing beach below. Oh my God!
Yeah, that was nice.
This text is hard.
No worries, no worries. Okay, so you did it, yeah? So you emphasised certain things. So wet rocks and wispy beach grass. The freezing beach below, yes? That goes down. So the
Freezing beach below.
Okay, I'm
beach.
fed up with the first paragraph. We're going to the next one, yeah? So bloody surfing in Britain, yeah? So let's go to the next one before we, get frustrated. So, Delson, okay? Nice to speak with you. We're doing about intonation and pronunciation and things today. Can you hear us? Or can we hear you? Delson, we can't hear you. Please check your microphone settings, okay? So have a look at my screen.
The new song.
What's his name? Is it Delson or Dielson?
The new song.
Dielson.
I think he's Brazilian. I don't know.
No worries. Okay, so can't hear you just yet. Just check your settings. We'll come back. Okay, so Sam, would you like to try? The next paragraph, please.
Okay. Perhaps. Oh, my mate, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. After below, yeah. So another early morning.
Okay. I'm lost.
Another early morning.
So it says down to the freezing beach below, then another early morning. We can come back to you, Sam. Don't worry, we'll come back. Okay, so let's get Amir to read.
Yes.
Yes, please. Please, could you?
But
drive...
I can't see anything around the screen.
Okay. Did you see the link, or can't you access the link?
As it looks blurry.
No worries. Okay, I'll send you.
It looks blurring.
Okay. I'll send you the link on the Verbling chat box. Just to have a look at this, so you can have a look, and hopefully you can see. Okay, so can you see I've just sent it to you? Try to open this, okay?
Okay, I tried.
Does it open on your computer?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so
it's
click on the picture. So of the book, click on the picture of the book where it says "Look inside." Okay, and then just scroll down to where it says "Introduction."
Oh, yeah.
There's a text we started reading. So this is Surfing in Britain. Okay.
Oh yeah. I got it. Thank you. So this
Perfect. Cool. Okay, so we had
So,
the
should
first
I-
paragraph. You can try, yeah, if you like, try the first paragraph, but then go to the second paragraph. Yeah, so maybe start from trying to keep a foothold. Okay, so trying to keep a foothold after this comma.
is trying to keep this photo. I'm looking for that paragraph.
No, it's,
Second
okay. In
line.
fact, go from the beginning. Yeah, so I think that'll be easier. So this is Surfing in Britain. Yes, please.
So should I start from the beginning?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So this is suffering in Britain. I told myself as I grumpily walked up a slope of wet rocks and wispy beach grass, trying to keep a footload as rain and woodboat tried their utmost. Oh, it's very hard words. To send me skidding back down to the freezing beach below.
Okay, let's give him feedback. So Sam, what did you think?
Sorry?
We'll give you feedback. Yeah. So Sam, what did you think?
I think he should start over with a new tuning system.
Okay, what do you mean?
Guide him as you guided me.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so we'll just do general feedback first, and we'll do specific things. So, Nana, what would you say?
He has some mistakes on the pronunciation as I'm you and rain, foothold, skidding and not skidding, things like this.
Okay, yeah. So, Jane, any feedback?
Feedback?
Yeah. Any comments about his reading so far?
No,
Okay, yeah. So
I think
thought,
fine.
yeah, Emir, yeah. So I thought the intonation was fine, yeah, considering you were concentrating on what you were reading. But there were some words. I think it's because there are a lot of new words, yeah. So don't worry too much about these words. But tried their utmost, yeah. So tried their best. It means. But we're not going to worry about the words too much now. But yeah, I think your intonation was okay. Just remember to emphasize. So this is Surfing in Britain, yeah.
Teacher,
Yes, please.
I have a question
Okay.
about the pronunciation of I I walked up.
Yeah.
I don't know how is that in British accent.
Where is it? Where is it? I
I
walked.
walked.
Okay.
I
I'm
walked.
used grumpily as I walked up a slope. Walked up.
I walked up.
Walked up.
Walked up.
Walked up.
Okay.
As I walked up a
It's
slope.
it's separated. I walked up.
Walked
Or-
up. Yeah. So you really, when we speak, we
walked
know
up.
the words. We put the words together often. Yeah. So I'm used
Yeah,
grumpily
they were
as I
together.
walked up a slope of wet rocks. Yeah. So walked up a slope of. Yeah. So
Walked
walked
up a
up a
slope.
slope of. Not
Okay.
walked up a slope of, but walked up a slope of. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Walked up. But it depends on the context. So we walked up the slope, yeah? So we walked up the slope, yeah? So it depends on how you say it in the context. Okay, so in that case, right, that was the first paragraph, guys. The second paragraph starts from another early morning. Okay, so okay, and what I'd say is just emphasize the word. So, guys, let's pinpoint the words that need emphasizing in this paragraph. So definitely this. Yeah, we clarified that. I mused grumpily. Yeah, grumpily is emphasized, but not really. It doesn't go up. I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks and wispy beach grass. As I walked up a slope of wet rocks and wispy beach grass. Yeah, so walked, wet, and wispy need to be emphasized, I would say. So there's emphasis between mused and grumpily. Walked, wet, and wispy is emphasized. What else in that first paragraph should be emphasized, do you think?
As we said, utmost.
Trying to keep a foothold, yeah? So foothold also could be emphasized. Trying to keep foothold as rain and wind both tried their utmost. So rain and wind both tried their utmost. Yeah, so rain, wind should be emphasized. The both and utmost, I would say. Okay?
Yeah.
So, with this in mind, I want someone to read this. The last time I'm going to read this bloody paragraph, but with this emphasis on all the words we mentioned. So, Ruken, can you hear us?
Who?
Ruken. Is it Ruken? Ruken. Okay, we can't hear you just yet. We'll come back. Okay, so Jane, okay, with this emphasis in mind, so with all the words we talked about which need to be emphasized, could you please, the last time we're going to read that paragraph, give us perfect intonation?
Oh God, the same?
Yeah, but with the emphasis on the words we just talked about.
Okay, I will try, teacher. I will try, but I don't know. Okay, so this is surfing in Britain. I mused. Oh God, I mused grumpily as I walked up a slope of wet rocks and with beach grass, trying to keep a foothold as rain and wind both tried their utmost to send me skidding back down to the freezing beach below.
Below, yeah. So that was
Below.
okay. That was fine, yeah. So there could be more emphasized, but it was quite emphasis, but it was quite natural. So that's okay. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph then, yeah. So who would like to start with this? In fact, we've got lots of people in now. We have Ab. Ab. I can't hear you. Just check your settings. Amir's there definitely. Bada, Rapi. Okay, check your mic settings. Can't hear you. Delson or Dayson or whatever I can't remember how it's pronounced. Can you hear us now? Okay, Jane can hear us. Nina can hear us, right? And
Yes.
Ruken.
Yes, I can hear.
And Ruken, is it Ruken?
Not Jane.
There's
Okay.
background noise.
Perfect. Bada, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Perfect. Okay, nice to speak with you, Bada. Where are you from?
I'm from Morocco.
Cool. Okay, so good to speak with you. We're talking about intonation and things. Okay, so I sent a text. I don't know if you managed to open it. Yeah. So did you see the link?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna start from the second paragraph then. Yeah. So I won't make you start just yet. I'll let you get used to the class first, and then we'll make you start. But let's get. Who would like to read the next paragraph?
I can read if you like.
Yes, please, Sam.
Another early morning dash down to the finest surf spot in Wales. Another eager drive over the top of the headland at Freshwater, west, anticipating great springtime waves. This was supposed to be by the year I made a real go of this.
Yeah, okay, that was good. So, first, anticipating great swings. This was supposed to be the year. Okay, so I'll just read it how I'd read it first, and we'll compare. Okay, so it's not going to be perfect. Another early morning dash down to the finest surf spot in Wales. Another eager drive. No, that's wrong. Another eager drive over the top of the headland at Freshwater West, anticipating great springtime waves. This was supposed to be the year I made a real go of this. Okay, so where did I emphasize? Can you point out where I emphasized, Sam? Or where I should have
Finest,
emphasized?
you emphasize
Which
finest.
Sam did. Sam did this, which was good. So he did that naturally, instinctively. So finest, yeah? So I don't know. Sam, did you think about that before you did it? Because you did it without thinking, I don't think. Yeah, so
I don't know. Maybe that little quotation mark
indicated it. The finest surf spot in Wales. Yeah, the way you did that was perfect. Okay, where else did we collectively emphasize? Or where should we have emphasized if we didn't?
Uh, around the commas.
Okay, yeah. So that's the
Another
point.
another
Early morning. Yeah, another. Yeah, so another. This bit is emphasized. Early morning dash down to the finest surf sport in Wales. Another. Yeah. So you're emphasizing it's happened before. It's repetitive. Another. Yeah. So another eager drive over the top of the headland at Freshwater West, anticipating great springtime waves. Okay, where else was the intonation? Was the emphasis?
great, and
Anticipating.
this
Okay,
was supposed to
anticipating
be
great.
the year I made a real go of it. Real.
This was supposed to be the year I made a real go of this. Yeah, so a real go of this. Yeah, so you're emphasizing that. So a real go of this. Perfect. Okay, with that in mind, what we've talked about and using your instinct, could we get... We'll try you better, yeah? So could we get you to read the next paragraph, please?
Okay. Begin from
Another early morning, please.
not. I can't see it.
The fifth line.
The fifth line, yeah, that's probably a better way of saying it. Yeah, so the fifth line from the top. Can you see the text?
So this.
And yes, only
Yeah.
to the great.
So count down 5, yeah? So not the first line, not the second, but the fifth line, please.
So another drive over. So I can. The screen is invisible for me. I can't look it. I can't show it clearly.
No worries. Okay, so could you see the link I sent you?
No.
Okay, I'll send it again. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so just to have a look in the Google chat box or the Verblink chat box. Okay, so here's the link. I'm not sure. Someone else couldn't open this, yeah? So could everyone else open this? I'm not sure if it's... Sam, could you open this? Was it okay? Or are you reading my screen?
No, I opened it.
Okay. So, Bada, if you just click on this, I'm not sure what's happening when you click on this.
Okay.
Can you see?
There is a lot of noise in the background.
There is, yeah. So... Okay, I'll mute some people in the meantime, but Bada, open this link, we'll come back to you, okay? Anyone who's got the link open and everything's working, would anyone like to read the second paragraph, please? So,
I have it.
Yes, please.
Want. Okay, another early morning dash down to the finest surf spot in Wales. Another eager drive over the top of the headland at the Freshwater West, anticipating great springtime waves. This was supposed to be the year I made the real go of this.
This was supposed to be the year I made a real go of this, yeah? Because you emphasize this was supposed to be the year, yeah? So, okay, so another early morning dash to the finest surf spot in Wales. Another eager drive over the top of the headland at Freshwater West, anticipating great springtime waves. This was supposed to be the year I made a real go of this. Okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. Who would like to try now? Yeah. So who would like to try now? Jane. Yes, please.
Okay. Another early morning dash down to defend support spot in Wales. Another eager drive over the top of the headland at Freshwater West. Anticipate grain springtime waves. This was supposed to be the year I've made the real go of this.
Okay, over the
What's
top of.
that?
Can you say this?
Over
Over
the
the top
top,
of.
over the top
Over
of,
the top of. Over the top of.
over the top of,
The. This
top,
is really
the,
difficult, yes? So I know this is
over
difficult.
the top of,
Over the top of. Over the top of.
over the top of,
Could
over
you...
the top of,
Cool. Sam, could you try this? Over the top of. Over the
Over,
top of.
over the top of.
Over the top of. Nina Nana, over the top of. Over the top of.
Over the top of.
Over the top. Because it's got
over
the
the
ver
top
and
of.
the, and that's what's difficult. Over the top of. Over the top of.
Over the top of.
Over the top of.
Over of the top of. Over the top of. Okay.
Over the. Over the top of.
Over the top of. Over
Yeah,
the
that's
top
good.
of.
Okay. Bada, can you say this? Over the top of. Over the top of.
Over the top of. Over.
Bada? Let's try now.
Over the top.
Amir, over the top of. Over the top of.
Over the top of.
Amir?
Over.
Okay, we'll go to Addy. Good to speak with you, Addy.
Over the top of.
Addy, can you hear us? Okay, guys, just check your mic settings in the top right-hand corner, okay? We'll come back to you. Cool. Okay. Rukan. Okay, Martin, what do I think? Okay, so over the top of. By the way, guys, so far with pronunciation, it's been okay. As in, I haven't noticed anything, any major problems. It's always going to be this the. Yeah, so that's always going to be the problem. But I don't think. Did anyone find any difficult words for them to pronounce? Not in terms of intonation, but in terms of pronunciation. So, did you find any words that you want to go over and you want to practice, or you want to hear how it's said?
In this sentence, everything
It's okay.
relatively easy.
I think there's nothing too difficult in that one. But okay, so anticipating great springtime waves. Yeah, I think that's okay. This was supposed to be the year. Supposed. Let's try this. Supposed to be the year.
Supposed to be the year.
But this is the British pronunciation. American don't say it this way.
So how do they say it?
Suppose.
Supposed or something, yeah? Suppose. Okay, so that's the point. Guys, of course, I'll be doing British pronunciation with you, yeah? So if you want the American pronunciation, it may be a bit different, okay?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
supposed. So I was supposed to do this, okay? Supposed. Or I suppose. We say suppose.
Go.
Go, yep, go. Cool. Okay, so, Addy, can we hear you now?
Muted.
Check my screen. Click on this button, okay? Those people I can't hear, just to see if that's okay. If not, I'm not sure. Okay, so please, Addy, click the top right hand button. Okay, so, Bada, can you hear us? Okay, Jane, you can still hear? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Okay, in that case, let's go on with that. Okay, so Addy, if you just joined, click the link I sent you in the Verbling chat box. Click on the picture and then try to join in if you can. So, okay, I think that was okay. Let's go to the next paragraph in that case. In terms of pronunciation, that was fine. Yeah, intonation, this is always going to be tricky. So, this was supposed to be the year I made a real go of this. And yes, let's go from and yes. Who would like to go?
Yeah, I think only Jean and me participate in this.
Yeah, I think so. And Sam, yeah. So and Sam.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, why not? Go for it. Yes, please. Nina.
I'll try to read it.
Yes, please.
Okay. And yes, only to be greeted by another sea of miserable wind-blown slope instead of the spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for.
Say miserable.
Miserable.
Miserable. It's like miserable. Miserable. You can say miserable or miserable. Most people say miserable. So it's weather's
Miserable.
miserable. So yeah, you can say miserable as well, but most people put a je on it, like a miserable. Miserable.
Miserable.
Miserable wind-blown slope. But you can say miserable as well. It just sounds a bit more upper class, yeah, if you say miserable. Yeah, so
Okay.
like saying suitable rather than suitable. Yeah, so miserable. Miserable.
How about suitable?
Some
Suitable?
people say suitable.
Okay.
Miserable. Miserable.
And
Miserable.
the more common pronunciation of
Most people
suitable?
say suitable. Suitable.
Suitable.
Yes. Okay, but suitable sounds a bit like I'm wearing a suit. Yes. Sounds a bit, a bit different. But miserable, miserable. Okay, or
Miserable.
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 Okay, so greeted by another sea of miserable, wind-blown slop, not slope. And yes, only to be greeted by another sea of miserable, wind-blown slop instead of the spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for. Okay? Anything there that you noticed? And yes, only to be greeted, so it's only to be greeted by another sea. With that's a common thing we've seen, yeah, with another, yeah, so another sea of miserable wind-blown slop. Wind-blown slop.
What does it mean, slop?
Slop, so something that's sloppy is a bit, and yes, slop, yeah, it's difficult to explain.
It's like
yeah,
this line.
There is no connection with the slope.
No. A slop is, you can be a sloppy person, for example, if you're a bit lazy, a bit like what Sam said, and it's a bit slimy, sloppy. Like, for example, food can be slopped on the plate, yeah? As in, you put it on the plate and it goes, blah, blah, yeah? So that's kind of sloppy. Okay, so, yes, only to be greeted by another sea of miserable wind-blown slop. Could you try that first bit then? And yes, only to be greeted by another sea of miserable wind-blown slop. Sam.
And yes, only to be greeted by another sea of miserable wind-blown slop instead of spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for.
Great. Okay, so miserable wind-blown slop. Miserable. Another sea of miserable wind-blown slop.
Another sea of miserable blown slop. Wind-blown slop.
Wow, Sam. Wow, okay. I don't want to change your voice, but your voice changed then, yeah? Wow, okay, that's cool. Try... Okay, go from the... And yes, but stop at slop, okay? Really focus on this. So, and yes until miserable wind-blown slop, okay?
Just looking for... Yes. Okay. Starting from and yes.
And yes, until miserable wind-blown slop. At slop, stop, okay?
And yes, only to be greeted by another sea of miserable wind-blown slop. Instead
wind-blown
of
slop. Wind-blown slop. And
wind,
stop. Okay.
Wind-blown slop.
Cool. Okay, let's stop there. Okay, Jane, yes, please.
Okay. Yes. And yes, only to be greeted by another sea of miserable wine-blown slope instead of spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for. Is that?
Hoping for.
Hoping for.
Instead of the spectacular. Hoping for. Instead of the spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for. Okay?
Instead instead of oh God, spectacular, spectacular, sir.
The spectacular. Yeah, the emphasis is with the tack.
Spectacular, sir. Okay, spectacular.
Instead of the spectacular surf we'd all been hoping
Okay.
for. So emphasize the
Instead
tack
of
and
the
all.
spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for.
Emphasize all as well. The spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for.
Of the spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for.
We'd all been hoping for. Yeah, okay. So that's good. And yes, only to be greeted by another, so only is emphasized. Only to be greeted by another sea of miserable wind-blown slop instead of the spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for. And at the end it goes down, so all been hoping for. It goes flat, okay? Did you see?
Okay.
Or did you hear more rather? But Attila, are you there?
Hi guys.
Hi, nice to speak with you. Where are you from?
Me too. I'm from Brazil.
Cool.
Fortaleza, Ceará.
Fortaleza, did you say? Yeah, I've heard of this. I think I had a student from there once. Yeah, private student. That's cool. With the beach. By the beach.
Yeah. The land of beach.
Yeah, I remember. He always had classes. Where he lived, he had a view of the beach, and he'd always have classes with a view of the beach. Yeah, with me. Yeah, so that was rubbing it in, but it was cool. Yeah, so Fortaleza is cool. Okay, so Attila, we're talking about intonation and pronunciation, but I can hear some background noise coming from you. Okay, so is the Verbling website open by any chance? In another tab.
Yeah, this is my first class. Okay.
No problem. Okay. So just check on your tabs if you have the Verbling website in another tab, yeah? So please close the habit because there's an echo, okay? So just close it like this, okay? But keep Hangouts open. Okay?
Test.
Is it working?
No.
Okay, Attila, what we'll do is when we're not speaking with you, we'll mute your microphone, okay? But Attila, we're talking about intonation pronunciation things, okay? Yeah, it's really bad, the echo. Just make sure no other websites are open, as in, ones with the video stream things, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm here too noise.
Yes,
Sorry.
there's an echo. I think you've got a live stream open, yeah? Or it could be the headset. Okay, no worries. Okay, in that case. So, let's go on. Where do we get to? Sorry. So, and yes, only to be greeted by another sea of miserable wind-blown slop instead of the spectacular surf we'd all been hoping for. Okay, did anyone not try this, yeah? So before we go on, Dialson, I'm not sure if you can hear us. No. Okay. So in that case, yeah, I'll ask you three. So let's go into the next one then.
Okay.
Let's go from another waste of petrol.
Should I read?
Yes, please, Sam.
Another waste of petrol, even when they still went ahead with the event. Another 20-minute paddle against a rip. And for 12 more months, I was doomed to kicking myself for yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh Nationals.
Cool. Okay. And for 12 more months, I was doing 12 more months. Yeah. So you're emphasizing this. Yeah. So it's like it's a long time. So another waste of petrol, even when they still went ahead with the event. Another 20-minute paddle against a rip. Wait. How would you say this? Another waste of petrol, even when they still went ahead with the event. Another 20-minute paddle against a rip. And for 12 more months, I was doomed to kicking myself for yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh Nationals. Okay? So, I don't know what I did there, but what did you notice? Or where should we emphasize? Eventually, guys, the aim of this is you should start to see patterns, the kind of words you emphasize and the kind of words you don't. Yeah. So although it's quite difficult now to memorize, I'm hoping that eventually you'll see patterns, yeah, in how we say certain sentences, yeah. So that's the aim.
Yes, we should train our look ahead skills.
Yeah, it's difficult, yeah. So another waste of petrol, even when they still went ahead with the event, even when, yeah, certain indicators like even you have to say it in a certain way. So another waste of always think in this context another waste of petrol, yeah. Anything in another game of football, yeah. So
The beginning
with
of the
another,
sentence.
yeah. So you can get the kind of the intonation from this. So another waste of petrol, another trip to the seaside, meaning you're fed up with this, yeah. So another, once more, yeah. So that usually will be a fixed pattern. Another da 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 da, yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah, so you can see the patterns eventually. Another waste of petrol, even when they still went ahead with the event. Another 20-minute paddle against a rip, and for 12 more months. Okay, so try it again. Someone else, Nina, maybe.
Okay. Another waste of petrol, even when they still went ahead with the event. Another 20-minute paddle against a rip, and for 12 more months I was doomed to kicking myself for yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh
Okay.
National.
Even when they still went ahead with the event. Yeah, so still should be emphasized, and yet. So these kind of words should always be emphasized, even when they still went ahead with the event. Another 20-minute paddle against a rip. And for 12 more months, I was doomed to kicking myself for yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh Nationals. So I was doomed to kicking myself for yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh Nationals. So kicking myself should be emphasized. Kicking myself for yet again should be emphasized. Yet. Going should be emphasized, and the first round of the Welsh Nationals. Okay? So for 12 more months should be emphasized. Doomed, kicking, yet, going, and first. Try again, Nina.
Another waste of petrol. Even when they still went ahead with the event, now another 20 minutes paddle against a rip, and for 12 more months I was doomed to kicking myself yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh National.
Okay, I was doomed to kicking myself for yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh Nationals. Okay, at first when I said that,
kicking myself for yet again
going
out in the first round of the Welsh Nationals.
Okay, of course we're emphasizing it a lot now, but when you get used to it, you can start speaking normally. Yeah, so I was doomed to kicking myself for yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh Nationals. When you speak quicker, you would get rid of some emphasis because it's not possible, okay. To do it. But you would find it. So if I speak quickly, and for 12 more months, I was doomed to kicking myself for yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh Nationals. Okay, when I say quicker, you get rid of the emphasis on the going. Yeah, so going up, but if you're saying slowly, you can emphasize it because you have time to. Okay,
excuse me, Martin. What is the meaning of another 20-minute paddle against the rip?
Yeah, I don't know what the reference is there. Yeah, so another 20-minute paddle against a rip. I don't know what. Maybe it's something. Yeah, because it's something to do with surfing, but I'm not sure. So a rip.
And what is the meaning of the Welsh Nationals?
Oh, it's a type of wave. But the Welsh Nationals is first round of the Welsh Nationals. I was doing for kicking myself yet again going out in the first round of the Welsh Nationals. Yeah, this is a sporting event. So 1 second. So a rip is this kind of wave. Yes. So does anyone know about this kind of science stuff?
No.
And I'll show you the Welsh Nationals. 1 second.
I think we have to choose the easier text because it's very hard to emphasize something that you don't understand. Don't understand.
No way. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. So I'll look for one. I've got a class next on pronunciation, intonation, but I will quickly choose a new text because I think that's
Okay.
the problem. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay. But anyway, in the meantime, we've got Darman. Are you there, Darman?
Yes.
Okay. So nice to speak to you, Darman. Where are you from?
I'm from Palestine.
Palestine. Cool. Okay. So good to meet you, Darman. Okay. So in this class, we're looking at some pronunciation and things. Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so good to meet you, Darling. Good to meet you with you. Can we speak with you now, Adi?
Yes.
Okay, so Delson, I don't think we can speak with you yet still, but shout out if you can hear you. Okay, so Ersin, are you there? Ersin? Okay. Man, are you there? Okay, and definitely none of that. Okay, so in that case, we're running out of time very, very quickly. Maybe we can do one more before we go. So, there is some background noise.
Yes.
Okay, you have to mute somebody.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out who to mute. I'll mute a lot of people. Okay, so, is it working? Okay, so I think it was Addy, but man, can we hear you? Man, are you there? Okay. In any case, so, cool. Okay, so good to speak with you, man. Good to speak with you.
I know he's talking to me.
Good to speak with you. Okay, so we'll talk about pronunciation because you wrote me a message saying about this, yeah? So it's cool. We're running out of time, so we won't do much more now. But in the next class, I've got another one, but I'll try and find an easier text. So, Min, are you there? Okay, so I can't hear you, Min. Just check your settings. But in the meantime, we're running out of time very, very quickly. Before we go for this session, any questions so far? Yeah, so I know I'm sensing that was quite difficult. I'll go back to the drawing board and I'll search for an easier text. Okay, but any questions so far about anything to do with intonation, pronunciation, or anything? So
I like this. It doesn't only train you on reading; it's also train you on speaking.
So it's okay, but an easier text would be something, yeah? Is there a specific text that you would like, yeah? So maybe like a story, like a simple children's story or something like this. I think that would be better, yeah?
Harry Potter.
Guys, is Harry Potter okay for you? That's a really good idea. Nina, have you read...
I have never read this book. Sorry.
Okay,
I don't like this kind of books, but I don't care if the text is easy.
Okay, so if the text is easier than things, okay, so I'll search for that really quickly now. So it'd be good if you guys can join in the next class. I've got to go now to sign into that, but Harry Potter I think is a good idea. Okay, so let's try that one. Okay, take care, guys, and hopefully speak to you very soon. Okay, bye bye. Have a good afternoon.
Okay, we'll see you.
Bye.